All right, here we are approaching the pipeline that runs almost literally in my backyard. Natural gas pipeline. I'm not going to mention any corporate names. I'm going to proceed here. Or I could make this a walk and talk video, stomping through the woods like somebody we know, catching myself on limbs, bitching about why you goddamn people don't have a life instead of watching me walk through the woods. But anyway, we'll keep on topic here. This is a new pipeline being laid out following the old trail right here. This goes all the way up to, say, New Jersey, by the way, so when you watch somebody crunch around in the snow, this is what's keeping him warm as he goes back into his cabin to make his new video. And here's the trail going all the way down here, coming all the way back here. This is, like I said, is the old trail. Along here you can see traces of the old farm fence, barbed wire that was strung up here back in the 50s when this was all dairy farms and cotton fields before that. Okay. Up here is the new gas well. This was put down a few months ago. A large drilling rig was here working night and day, keeping the neighborhood awake 24 hours around the clock because of relaxed OSHA standards on noise control. Over here is another well. I'm surprised no Black Hawk helicopters have flown overhead yet. With a loudspeaker blaring over the neighborhood. Sir, you will have to desist videoing at this moment. But technically this is still private property. See another well way down there. This trail down here was also carved out in the last few months. All in production, all part of the big new shale that was discovered here about 5 years ago. I'll see how far down I can get back here. I think there were crews working earlier. Whoop, snake. He's dead though. We've had a couple of freezes. It's probably not going to get over 50 degrees here today. A couple of days ago it was 80 degrees. That's one thing about spring here. If you don't like the weather, just hang around for a while, it'll change. One season to the next in 24 hours. But anyway, I digress. Down here are the other wells in this particular field. And it's true there's a royalty coming in on this. People around here are getting some token payments for the drilling under their houses. However, I'm not so sure that it's really going to offset the longer term expenses involved here. There's already been some incidents of cattle poisoning because apparently in extracting this natural gas, toxic chemicals are pumped down to lubricate the extraction process, and in so doing they're leaving toxic residues, which are not only bad for livestock but of course for people. And there's also a problem of lowering the water table over a certain period as the drilling continues, so that most people around here having wells are dependent on the water table. If the water table is drastically lowered, some wells may go dry. All of them will have to go through expensive re-drilling. So the short-term profit can turn into a long-term loss. The only way we'll know that is just to see. Anyway, while we approach, goddamn people don't know the whole world is fucked up. You're all gonna die. What's the point in living? You might as well just put a gun to your head and blow your useless goddamn brains out, you fucktard sons of bitches. I mean, what's the goddamn point? You're a bunch of assholes. Fuck you. Fuck this. Fuck everybody. All right. Coming up the old trail here. This looks like a wagon road. There's the gas storage bins. I hear them humming already. Now to get to this from the street, you'd have to go through a locked gate. All I've got to do is to step over a fence and walk back here. So this is really maximum security. Anybody wanted to blow these up, I guess, I mean, there's nothing to stop them. I could be having all kinds of hand grenades in my pocket. No one's out here to see me. There's no cameras, which is, I guess, good. But anyway, this is the main extraction area right here. Pretty big operation. There are dozens of these springing up all over this area. Within about 10 square miles of where I'm at right now, there's at least 5 of these in operation. Not all of them are necessarily this big, but some of them are bigger. It's not really the size that matters so much as the volume that's drawn out. Some of these pipes look old, but believe me, this is not an old facility. It's only been up and running for about 4 or 5 months, so these are obviously used pipes to be looking quite so rusty. Solar panels, which are always good, not necessarily on a day like today. The noise that you're hearing is coming from that back unit. Must be the only one actually drilling anything out here. The others are just, that one I guess is not being used. That's the one that's doing the actual drilling today. All the rest of this is just storage. Fuel. Whoop. I suppose I could actually walk around in there, but that might technically be trespassing, so I won't do it since I plan to put this one up. Here is a new special road they carved out, which is blocked off from the street, but you and I don't have any problem with access right at the moment. There's our trail. Here's our little gas field. This is the so-called new cheap energy that's going to make us energy fuel sufficient. Supposedly, we'll see. Hasn't done anything to lower my gas bill, I know that. I suspect it hasn't with yours either. Well, okay. This is all there is to say here. Corporate America at work, which I helped pay for, as they were given large tax abatements and tax incremental financing to be able to drill here. So I paid for the right to walk back in here and video all this. So I don't want to hear any shit from corporate lawyers and maybe pausing on my channel. I'll head back up the trail. Goddamn motherfucking losers. Why the fuck don't you get a life? But no, you're gonna watch me walk here on this stupid trail in these stupid woods under this stupid sky. Talk about stupid shit. Bunch of fucking goddamn fucktard losers. Fuck you, just fuck you. Alright. Yep. American capitalism cutting new trails. And here's what they look like in practice.